environmental officers at the Ablekuma West Municipal Assembly said they are under attack from armed scavengers. The Bebu Glefe Basiyisi area has been engulfed by filth as unknown persons have taken over the area, dumping waste at the site illegally. The Municipal Environmental Health Officer, Samuel Tete, says they are helpless in fighting the impasse because not even military presence is deterring the armed scavengers who have taken over the place. James Aveji is with the Parliamentary Committee on Sanitation and Water Resources, who are currently on tour of some assemblies, and has this report.
Military came in on about 3 occasions. Have they been arrested? Have they been? Yes, in fact, like I said, we seized 50 tricycles, no less than 50 tricycles. Honorable, as I speak right now, the people have machetes and even guns. They are protecting. They are armed. They have guns on the side. Yes, they are armed. You know.
This is Bebu Glefe Begbese, where, as you see behind me, heaps of refuse have piled up. And you see there some scavengers trying to sort some of them out. I mean, this has been discovered here as part of the Committee on Sanitation and Water Resources visit to the various assemblies. And this is the Ablekuma West constituency or assembly, where this, we understand, has been ongoing for a number of years now.
This is an illegal dump site. Illegal because it has not been authorized. People took the laws into their own hands just to be dumping.
How long has this been going on?
I would say since 2021. Yes, so about 4 years now. Ago. Yes.
Why have you sat down to allow this to happen?
We have not really sat down. In fact, we did a lot of interventions. We brought in military personnel about 3 times. But as soon as they come and they go, then you see them dumping again. We've been able to even seize more than 50 tricycles just to deter them, prevent them from dumping. But it continues unabated. Yes. So we've not really sat down.
Meaning the assembly is not in position to stop what is happening?
We are doing our best, okay? But it looks as if it has not yielded the necessary result. Yes.
How long would this continue?
I believe that with the incoming chief executive, I mean, he will give us direction, he will give us leadership, and sooner or later, this thing will be a thing of the past.
What happened to the over 50 tricycles you seized from the people undertaking this?
In fact, we seize it and we find them just to prevent them from coming. How much cities per person.
They paid and you give it back to them?
Yes, they pay and we give it back to them. They write undertaking that they will not come here again. Yes.
Did you arrest some of those people who did the undertaking and possibly came back?
In fact, what happens is that before you say you arrest them, you say Jack, they'll run away, leaving the tricycle.
But I mean, if you seize the tricycles, they pay money, which, looking at what is happening here, will be a meager amount to them. They definitely will continue.
You see, at least we started something. We believe at the time that it should have served as a deterrent to others.
People would have hoped that if you arrest them, you take the tricycle, when they come for you, hand them over to the police to prosecute. Because this is illegal.
Well, we didn't go that way. We were thinking that, the steps we took would have yielded, results.
Moving forward, is that an option you'll be exploring? Yeah. If you lay your hands on them, you hand them over to the police?
Yes, it's an option we will explore in future.
Yeah. To take care of all of this.
The last proposal we wrote, something around 7 million Ghana cedis. Yes, it's deep. It's very deep. What you are seeing is just the surface. It's deep.
So if government wants your assembly to take care of it, will your IGF be able to do this?
No, not at all. No.
How much IGF do you have? If you should be contributing to this, how long will it take you to take care of?
Again, please.
I'm asking how much IGF do you dedicate to this, and if you be contributing to this, how long will you take you to take care of it?
Oh, if we use 20% of our generated IGF, we have about 5.6. 20% of that will be about, yes. So it will take decades. So we need help. Okay. We need help.
Thank you. Honorable Committee, just some of the youth who are trying to sort a few of the things out. You see there the gentleman trying to separate a few things. Aiko, Chief, Harvey.
Everything cool.
How is it going?
Everything cool by the grace of God.
What exactly are you guys doing here?
Most of us, we have been working here. We have been picking rubbers and can cook and the damaged ones, the one that they have used. People have been using it for more things, so we have been picking it for small deliberate. That's what we have been doing here.
So you are not the ones who bring the refuse here? Are you the ones who collect them from the town and bring it to dump here?
No. We are workers here. They have been doing theirs. We too are doing ours for here.
Meaning when the baller people bring it, then you come to pick a few things from it?
Yes.
What exactly do you pick from it?
We have been picking damages rubber, like this one. You can see this one, damages one. But they will just go and refine it and do its new one. That's what we have been doing.
I mean, so the business side of it, in a day, if you are able to work the whole day, how much personally do you get from this?
You see something. More times, if you are working and you are not supposed to tell someone what you have been earning a day or something, but little drop of water make a mighty ocean. The small that you have been getting, you have been managing. But I cannot tell you that.
I'm sure that the little is mighty in a day.
Because the thing is that if you don't work, you don't get.
It can afford at least three meals in a day.
Sometimes cannot afford, but we have been trying. That's boy. If you are a man, then you have to try for it. But a lot of people have been coming for it. Our brothers, like the way.
So you sort. You are like middlemen. You sort, then you sell to people who also go and sell to other people.
Yes, of course.
The concern is that this place is not supposed to be used for refuse dump, and so what is happening here is illegal. Do you know about that?
As for that one, please, I cannot say something about that one.
Has the assembly come to you to tell you that what you are doing here is illegal before?
No, I'm coming from far away to work here.
From where?
I'm from Kofodia to work for me.
So you came to Accra purposely for this?
Yeah, but it's not that purposely for this because the way that...
Well, while some attribute the problem to over-centralization of the sanitation contracts, which they say hamper effective supervision, local governance experts have added their voices accusing leading waste management companies of failing to deliver on the services it is paid to provide. This afternoon, I'm joined in the studio by Ms. Emma Ajua Apia Osedua. He's Director of Communications and Corporate Affairs. Azumla Ajua, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Also in the studio is Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Ada, Head of Vector Control Services. Reverend, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Right. So, I mean, this conversation started yesterday.
Okay.
The Committee on Local Government, they are going on their rounds in the city to understand what really is going on. What came to light is the fact that waste management is becoming an issue. Landfill sites are getting full. The last time I spoke to AMA, the impression I got is that they are now even moving outside of Accra, sometime close to Koforidua, to find a place so that they can dump the waste. First, let me ask about the sanitation improvement package and whether it is working. Let me start with you, Ajua.
Thank you very much, Elton. Sanitation improvement package is what we call, as one of our service lines, SIP project. And this is the project where we provide trucks and containers to municipalities, metros, and districts per their request. And then we also provide fuel for haulage, as well as hauling waste from the markets and the low-income generating areas. So this is what we do. And going forward with research, we realize that some municipalities, metros and districts don't have similar demands. So per your demands, we provide your own customized package for you. That is what we call this.
All right. So, Reverend, so the question therefore would be, how best have you managed this under the SIP?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, the name is Ade.
Right.
Ade. Thank you very much. You know, looking at the number of people that are converging from rural areas to the national or urban area is so alarming. If you want to
the waste is also getting bigger.
Exactly. The amount of waste that comes to Accra is so alarming. Everybody from anywhere of this country wants to bring his goods to Accra, and therefore it's becoming a load on service providers. And we brought this package because you cannot just do collection straight away and then you haul it. How do you haul it? There's a need for us to get a place where all these waste will be gathered. So when it's gathered, then we move it. But if you look at the pace in which Accra is moving, we tried transfer station. Whilst there are these small tricycles, they cannot move all the way to the transfer station. There was a need for us to have a semi-transfer station within Accra in which they can first of all use as a point of contact to offload the waste.
Is there a relationship between you and them? Because now you see them all over the place. Is there a relationship between those who are using the tricycles and then this mother company, Zoomlion?
No, please.
There's no such relationship.
There's no relationship. Initially, in fact, we provided some of them. There was a program, that a PPP program that came into place. We initially gave some of them free of charge to be able to help convey all these waste into the appropriate place. But it got to a point, everybody gets money and want to buy these tricycles. And they are even charging more than us. We charge per month, but they charge per haulage. As soon as they charge you, just one time, they get more money. And when they get it also, they are unable to send it to the appropriate area.
Sometimes you wonder where they actually dispose of the waste.
They dispose it illegally. Anywhere they get it, they dispose it. Where you were showing, it is not our site. It is these illegal tricycle people. They look left and right, even at night,
and
then they send them there. And when it gets there, it means that after they have taken all these rubbers and papers, bottles and the rest, there are still rubbish that need to be taken away. And this call for enforcement by law or assembly law enforcement, because it is the duty of the assembly to create a neighboring environment where we service providers like Zoomlion will be able to haul our waste, even though we are collecting. But it is within the bylaw that each assembly should have a landfill. And I can tell you, in Accra, as of now, we do not have a landfill.
None of the assemblies, including AMA, they don't have a landfill
site. Where can you point that we have a landfill? All these landfills, most of them have been decommissioned. And when it's decommissioned, it means you cannot send
anything there.
Yes.
I remember, I remember the one somewhere around Tema. I remember I remember with President Akufo-Addo, you had laid something like an AstroTurf on it.
That's right.
Meaning it's been decommissioned.
It has been decommissioned. It means that we have to stop dumping over there. If you look at the one at Ashimota some years back, it has been decommissioned.
What about the one around between Abluma and Abokobi?
That's Pantime.
Yeah, that's
Pantime. Long time it was decommissioned. So now people are looking at settlement, but they are not thinking where we put our refuse. These refuse are from our own household, but nobody wanted to be at his backyard or her backyard. So it's creating problem. Whilst we are looking at, we are expanding, we must also look at where can we put this. So
and
we
say that it's the responsibility of the assembly to provide. Yes. Or to create space to be used at landfill sites.
I'm telling you.
And that is not happening.
It is not happening. They themselves do not even have a place where they will use, because wherever you want to use, the resident over there will fight against you. But the resident there want us to pick their waste. But where to send them, they don't care. And this is something that we should all think about. And we cannot just be hauling, putting them here, creating landfills. We are trying to move to what? Try to move the recycling.
We'll come to that, but I just want to understand the challenges very well, and then perhaps I'll allow Adjoa to come in. So I'm interested in knowing the challenges that is making it so difficult for your company, for example, to meet the dictates of the SIP contracts, because that is at the heart of all this.
The SIP contract is running, and we are providing the necessary items that we have to provide, such as the containers, and then make available the trucks, make available fuel for haulage. And these things are happening. We also sometimes are contracted to haul away some heaps that come up within areas, such as what you showed.
Right.
Right. So with this, it is fine. But one major problem is the payment from the government. I will tell you that for 2 years now, we have not been paid.
You've not been paid for work done?
For work done.
In the last 2 years?
Yes. So whatever we have, we put in to make sure that the job is running.
And in the last 2 years, you've been living up to your responsibility?
Yes.
Even in the absence of payment?
Yes, because this is essential service, and you will not be able to halt for even a day. At most, a few hours, then you make arrangements to get things to fix. Maybe if today your vehicle in a particular municipality is broken down, you can go to the next one and make arrangements to fix it. But we have not relented on our efforts to do the assignment that we have been given.
But Reverend, despite this challenge that you spoke of, and the fact that even the assembly themselves are unable to provide you with the landfills as well, that you can do your work effectively, these same assemblies in the Greater Accra region, for example, they are not happy with the centralization of whatever contract that is regarding the sanitation improvement package. And they say that you are not living up to expectation, they are not getting value for money, and the best way for them is for government to give them the contract to do it themselves.
Yeah, thank you very much. I don't know who is making that assertion, but initially, all these waste and others were with assembly. And they find it difficult in hauling all these things, so that there was a need for a third person to come in. So we came in, and we are to help do all these things. But I want you to bear in mind that it's not only Zoomline who is a waste provider in Accra.
But you are the leader.
We are the leader, and we have where we work. With the SIP that we provide, the SIP was to be in a specific area or areas where people will be able to dump in their refuse and it will be picked. And there are areas also that have to do door to door. It means that not all refuse were to go to the SIP containers. People do their own things. They go and collect money from people, and they come and dump into the SIP container, which shouldn't have been the case.
And you don't have any way of protecting your investment in terms of this?
We have container guys who are there. People come at night. They come very late at night. An example, if you go to Medina, at dawn, then people start putting all these rubbish into the street so that it will be a burden. We are not saying it has not been a burden. The package goes with something, a whole district. Initially, some of them with a district, we have 2 vehicles, and we also have 11 containers. The more the containers, the more that somebody have to pay. But that somebody might not be willing to pay all. Some of the assembly's containers are hauled by Zoomline. They not all the 11 containers were able to cover all the areas of the concern. So most of the assemblies also have containers, and they are unable to even to haul them. So as we haul ours, gentleman agreement, they will also haul theirs as well.
Okay.
So if they are fighting for it, you know, this thing is just do it with pre-finance, then they pay us. And if you look at the amount of money that goes into this, the vehicle that must move, as at now, we move all the way 40 to 43 kilometers to be able to haul one communal container. So one may say that what the expectation that it will be has not been there. But we cannot take away the enforcement. Because we are not enforcing, those who are supposed not to dump at that place, they are dumping. Things we're supposed to be, they have to do their own indoor collection. They are not doing it. They are not paying. At night, then they move to where these containers are, and then they fill them.
Okay.
But we have managed the containers as possible as we can. We are not saying we have overcome it. There are a lot of instances. Roads leading to landfills are not good. Cars go there, they are unable to come back. Payment has become an issue. People are not even willing to release land so that we'll be able to use it as a dumping ground.
And that you say is the responsibility of the assembly to facilitate it, and they are not doing it.
They are not doing it. Those that we have and we are managing. You see, this call for a transfer station, and we have brought.
I'm wondering because the danger for us is what has been put forward by the local government committee, that if nothing is done immediately, there could be disease outbreak because the waste is getting closer to us. Is it right for Zoomlion to be held responsible for the state of affairs?
I beg to differ on that. I don't think that it will be right or well placed to hold Zoomlion responsible for the projections that the committee has done, because every municipality or metro, every MMDA is supposed to have a landfill. But as we are speaking, per the discussions that you show, the AMA has no landfill. So if there are no landfills in your area of jurisdiction, causing people to dump illegally and enforcement is not strong, how does that become the responsibility of the...
So for example, your operations within the AMA catchment area, when you collect, where do you dump them?
When we collect, we have established transfer stations. We have also established these processing units, and we also go to Adepa. All the waste that we pick from Accra, including other waste management companies, they send that to Adepa. Adepa is in the eastern region, very close to Nsawam. And the biggest challenge on that is the distance. Though it is close, but ideally it should have been within a certain jurisdiction that would make it very easy for all the waste to be hauled within a specific period of time. And that is why we have come in with the transfer stations, so that when you haul, you can dump it somewhere for a temporary holding until the evenings or a better time where there is low traffic because of the distance you have to travel. Then you can bring everything out. So I don't think that it would be right to put that at the doorstep of the contractor.
But Nana, I thought these recycling plants that you have across the country were supposed to address the issue of waste. And yet you say that, we are not getting anywhere.
Okay, well, thank you very much. The waste is so rampant in Greater Accra than the other regions. We have one big one. We have two in Accra. The one we have going to Kolebu, and also the one at Amasama and its enclaves. When these people collect the waste, why don't they travel all the way to that place and dump it? If all the other service providers will go there, if all these tricycles, we have more than almost getting to 1,000 tricycles. When they get the rubbish, they should have sent all of them. It's only few of them that go to the Arekop at near Kolebu. If they will channel their effort, because when you go there, they have to pay some fee. And because of the tipping fee, they do not want to do that.
Tipping fee?
Oh, yes, because when you go and you tip, somebody must work on it.
Right.
Yes. And even if it is how small it is, you need to do that so that somebody will do it and clear, this is waste, this is rubber, this is plastic. And because of that payment, he's gone for so much, but he doesn't want to pay anything. So he will go and find where there's nobody, then he'll put it there. So all this has aggravated the issue. And you know, with the waste, if you don't put it at the right place where our containers are, it means within a week or two, it will start piling up. And that one, it is not our duty to do that. Our duty is we have assigned, we have agreed with you. And the containers, even placing the containers, is the assembly that tells us, put it here, place it here. I need it here. So we cannot even move it from one end to another. And the containers are not many. A district, even if you give a district 21 containers, supposing you have bigger communities, they have even 111. A district has more than 20 communities.
Right.
And Accra, when you go to Mokola, and the rest, the cars can go more than 10 a day. So it means that more of waste is coming to the system. So we need to provide more containers. When we provide more containers, who will pay? Because we have agreed that we'll be able to pre-finance up to this end. You know that we have been
but your payment is enshrined in the district assembly, the formula for the sharing of this assembly common fund. The percentage is guaranteed. And so I wonder why after 2 years you are still not paid.
This question must be answered by the district assembly because when the common fund is disbursed, they pay all the other governmental things before they go to service providers. And we are part of the service providers. So if they have not gotten to attend, per the memorandum of understanding, we cannot just go there and then have a fight with them. No, because we are in the country, we are trying to do jobs so that it will help all of us.
Okay.
So we are waiting for it. Whether it is released or it is not released.
You continue to work.
We continue.
The other concern for most of the assemblies as well is the fact that there appears to be little consultation and sometimes the contract that exists between your company and the assemblies. They raise issues of transparency and the fact that sometimes contracts are signed on and their inputs are not taken because payment is done at the very top. How do you respond to this?
Yeah, I really find it a bit challenging to understand the role we as a service provider play in that arrangement. Because we have been given a contract to sign. We sign with an authority, okay? And that authority assigns somebody to append a signature on their behalf. So the other officials that come on board to work on that contract at their level, we have no control over them. So we have signed it, you have your copy, we have our copy. Whoever needs to see a copy from each of the parties' side can request for it from the authorities that are keeping it.
Right.
So why won't you see your bosses to get to know what is in there? And if it gets that bad, you can also contact the contractor, but I have not seen that one yet.
But what is the relationship between your company and the assemblies?
We work with them, and like Osofo said, they actually direct us where to place our containers. So that relationship is there. We cannot work without the environmental health officers, the waste directors. So at any point in time, you can... But the point that I find it difficult to understand is, if you're working in the assembly, and we did sign the contract with the assemblies, why can't you contact your bosses for what you need to know? In fact, the details of the contract will support you to do your work.
Okay.
Yes. So the major thing that causes one of the challenges to us is the distance.
The distance where you pick it and where you dump it.
Yes. So for everybody. So when the non-formal people pick, they are not ready to spend on fuel. So they will not be able to travel all that while. Let's say you pick waste from where? Let's say somewhere around the beach. You have to travel from here to Adepa on a tricycle.
That's quite a distance.
I mean, if I were a tricycle rider, I wouldn't go that far. So they would end up dumping somewhere else. And that becomes another challenge. So considering the many issues they're talking about, I do not see the transparency as a problem. It is very transparent.
Okay, so we'll be wrapping up soon. I mean, all of us are hoping that whatever potential outbreak that could come can be prevented. In the interim, what do you suggest should be the way forward, Reverend?
Okay, thank you very much. The way forward, first of all, everybody must come on board. The district assemblies will engage them, they will also engage us. Wherever there are issues, we will all come to the table and then we solve it. There has not been any problem that there's no solution. It is not yet a rainfall. The rain season has not yet set in. Where we have a lot of refuse, we will be putting much effort or vehicle into them to be able to have to haul them.
Okay.
So that there wouldn't be all these things here and there. But those areas that you show, which are not within our jurisdiction, is also there. So enforcement must also be so strict so that the outbreak might not come from there to come and affect the bigger one. Because when it is already in the container, it will be lifted and it will be sent to where it has to be. But where it is on the floor and it is on the ground and it is not where we have our containers, that is where we have a big challenge.
Right.
Because it means that we need to abandon what we are doing to go and then collect all the other things which are not in our purview. We are saying that everybody that has been given a consignment, whether in every district, play your role, make sure that when you get the refuse, they should go to where it's supposed to be. Do not just pass anywhere and throw them anywhere, and then Zoom Lion name will be mentioned. It is very, very serious that we do that. And we are also appealing that we should be given some funds because it is capital intensive.
To do this kind of job.
Very, very capital intensive.
And you've not been paid for 2 years.
Servicing, 2 years. Some of them might even be more. But we have patience.
And you have workers to pay too.
Oh, why not? You see, we have worked with various governments, and we know that it is not easy managing waste. If we don't try to move waste to where it has to be, maybe trying to process them, and we want to do landfill, a time to come, we may have to travel all the way to Suhu because we may not get any land anywhere. You know, when the landfills with Adepa, it was far away. But as people keep close to the landfill, then they start complaining.
Okay.
They don't want you to dump there. So we are appealing with all of them. Everybody, if there is a need for you to pay for door-to-door collection, pay. Don't wake up early in the morning and go and throw your beans, your waste anyhow. If we do that, and we also get funds from government to be able to service the vehicle, to be able to buy fuel, because they go a long distance, to be able to pay staff also, I think everybody will be. And we are ready to do that. We have done that for years, and Ghanaians know that when it becomes feasible, we come in. When there was COVID,
you played your role.
Yes.
Okay.
We played our role.
Let me allow Emma the final words on this conversation before we go.
Okay, so my final words will be that for the non-formal people who are also trying to help manage the waste, don't just engage in the collection. Invest a little bit in the transportation. You can find a transfer station near your area of collection, and then you dump there. The Abokobi area that you talked about, yes, it has been decommissioned. But just adjacent it, Zoomline has a transfer station where some responsible tricycle riders come in there to dump into a long-haul vehicles which are taken away at night. When we do this, we will help ourselves. Also, for us as individuals, let us look for, let us be committed to investing in our waste management, because we are also part of the management of the waste that we generate. We generate the waste, and our responsibility as individuals is that we need to get a receptacle. Now, it has become very easy. Your contractor in your area can support you to get a receptacle. Why won't you do this? But rather, in the night, you bundle your waste and throw it in the middle of the street close by. Whom are you expecting to come and clear that one? And when it rains, the volume of plastics that rush onto the road, I wonder how we are dealing with this thing. So in as much as the contractors are responsible for managing the waste, the individuals are equally responsible, same as the government, to deal with the policies and make sure that the bylaws bite for us.
All right. We'll leave it here for now, and it's a conversation that we'll continue to have, because we are doing rounds across the country to understand what really is going on. But you have been listening to Ms. Emma Adwoa-Appiah-Osei-Dua. He's the Director of Communications and Corporate Affairs, Zoom Lion Ghana Limited. Of course, Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Adai, Head of Vector Control Services. Thank you so much.